What's going on, everybody? We are back. Game 3 of the Boston Celtics season is in the books. They come away here with a 126-107 win against the Washington Wizards. Even games like this, blowouts against the bottom feeder teams, I will be here after every single game. I think it's only fair that we start with JB. He had a team high 36 tonight. I think he finished with a total of 8 threes, 7 of them coming in the first quarter. Didn't play the fourth, so who knows what he could have ended up with. I think this game from Jaylen answers some of the questions that Celtics fans had about him and his role on the team. Is he the second option? Will he find his offense in the flow of the game? Will he force things? Is he okay with sacrifice? I think these first 3 games, on and off the floor, have told us everything we need to know about Jaylen Brown in this upcoming season. First game against New York, didn't really have it going, didn't force things, didn't try to do too much. Second game against Miami, he took over in the second half, fourth quarter when he needed to. And tonight, from the get-go, he was the number one option. Give him the ball and get out of the way. Everybody got the message, and he has filled every role he has needed to this season. And even off the floor, too, his post-game quotes, his post-practice quotes talking about sacrifice, willing to sacrifice and honor playing with so much talent. And it's good to hear him say at this point in his career, it's not that it ever wasn't, but it's just reassuring as a leader to hear him say it's all about winning. Tatum had himself a game too, 33 points, efficient from the field, efficient from 3, competed hard on the defensive end, thought he showcased his strength well against Kuzma a few times, and the duo does it again. 3 quarters, 69 points. At one point through the third quarter, they were keeping up with the whole entire Washington Wizards team. I think that's just a reminder of how special this tandem could be when they both have it going. I would have liked a little bit less of my turn, your turn, but that basketball this year might be a little bit more impactful than in years previous. The space on the floor, the players that the Jays are surrounded with, they just draw so much attention that Jayson and Jaylen get the space to operate however they want, especially against a team like this. The assist totals are down, the post-ups, the ISOs are up. I can't complain right now. I guess we'll see how it unfolds throughout the year. Let's go to Drew and Derek real quick. It was satisfying to watch them hold Poole to 11 points on 11 shots. I can't lie. Am I a hater? I don't know. I don't know if I'm a hater. That half-court shot, he sunk in the files against us. It stings. It stings to this day. On the defensive end, they were swarming him. On the offensive end, they were making him guard. He couldn't do anything but foul. It made my night. It made my night to see him frustrated. And the dynamic tonight between Derek and Drew, especially on the offensive floor, was interesting. It seemed like we saw Drew maybe take a step back to allow Derek to do a little bit more. We saw Derek on ball a lot tonight. I think he led the team with 8 assists. And just the beauty of having Derek White. 3 shots taken, 2 shots made, but you could probably name about 10 to 12 plays that stood out to you and how he impacted the game in other ways. And let's hit on Kristaps real quick. 15 points, 7 for 9 from the field. A super efficient game, 50% from 3. In that first quarter, we got to see exactly what Kristaps has been telling us all offseason. He was saying how earlier in his career, he recognized that smaller guys were able to push him around. He wasn't able to take advantage of matchups efficiently. And that's something he put in the work to improve last year when he was in Washington. It looks like it has carried over into this year. He was abusing Denny in the post, and Denny by no means is a small guy, but compared to Kristaps, of course he is. It's still hard to fathom that KP is in a Boston uniform. I just feel like it's such a luxury to have a player like him. He makes the offense so much more dynamic, and I just can't wait to see how we exploit some of the defenses that are thrown at us. All in all, when it comes to the starters, there's just not too much to take away. I'm happy they came in focused, took the big lead, kept the big lead throughout the game. Because you guys will remember last year, we blew a game to the Bradley Beal-less Wizards, and the player after the game blamed it on traffic. I don't know. I guess it threw their rhythm off or something. And then we lost 3 games to Orlando. We blew a huge lead to Brooklyn. We blew a lead to Indy. We might have even lost to the Houston Rockets. There were just too many times the past few years these talented teams would come in lacking focus. It's comforting to know that this team seems like it's going to come in and just handle business, and that's what it is. In my notes here, I have the Bus One Boys time or the Bus One Boys check-in. I'm never, ever going to use that nickname again. It just feels wrong. And they should never use it either. What they need to do is just be in the gym right now. I'm not going to sit here and just harp on the bench unit. It's hard to when the starters are playing so well. But I mean, how disappointing was that last quarter? I mean, especially from Pritchard. He was an 0 for tonight. 0 for 8, 0 for 6 from 3, 4 turnovers. And I know he got his nose in there for some gritty rebounds and made some plays, but man, how disappointing is the start to the season for him? After that preseason run he put together, that contract extension that he got, this is just not what I was expecting from Peyton Pritchard. Supposed to be fast PP. This is supposed to be the Boston Pea Party. Whatever it is, it's just not that right now. I know it's only the third game of the year. I'm being a little too critical. I really think it will turn around. I hope so, because my prediction before the season is that extension by the end of the year will be one of the biggest bargains in the NBA. And right now, that looks like a terrible take. I can't lie. And to me, right now, something looks off with his game, maybe with his health. I'm not sure what it is, but in the preseason, he was having an easier time. He was looking more explosive. He was blowing by his defenders. He was creating his own looks. And everything for him right now is super difficult. He can't create his own space. He can't blow by anybody. There was a play in the, I don't even know, fourth, third quarter, one of the two, where he had Anthony Gill on him. Maybe I'm not giving Anthony Gill enough credit, but Peyton Pritchard couldn't get by him. He just slid his feet right in front of him, stopped him in his tracks, and that was the end of that. But again, maybe I'm being too harsh. Third game of the year. I still have hope that Peyton Pritchard's contract will be one of the biggest bargains in the NBA by the end of this year. And we'll hit on Hauser real quick. He's having a rough start to the season as well. It's similar to like the slump he went through last year. It was after the first 2 months. I'm hoping that he snaps out of it. Tonight was a perfect game to kind of chuck up shots and, kind of work your way out of it. Not a lot went in, but, hopefully he turns the corner soon because his bench really needs some production. In these past 2 episodes, I've been saying, let me see the bench. Let me see O'Shea. Let me see Bane. Let me see Stevens. Let me see Svi. But when I said that, I didn't mean let me see them all together. I want to see what they could do, how they can complement the starters, similar to what O'Shea did during the Miami game. Let me see Svi in those Hauser minutes. Let me see Stevens in those Hauser minutes. Just give me a fresh look. I know Stevens isn't the shooter that Hauser is, but maybe he just brings a different energetic or defensive dynamic to a group with the Jays. Not that they really need that, but I think the guy deserves a fair shot. He started some games with Cleveland last year. Let me know in the comments how you guys are feeling 3 games in. Are you pessimistic, optimistic? What do they need to work on? What are you impressed with? And that's going to be it. If you enjoy what I'm doing, like, comment, subscribe. If not, it is no big deal. You'll see me here hear me here after every single Celtics game. I will talk to you guys Wednesday. Indiana Pacers, Tyrese Halliburton, Aaron Nesmith. Let's get it. Peace.